the Broadway Comedy Club is proud to introduce you to Michael Head.
All right, what's up, New York City? This is big for me. This is my first brick wall show. That's cool. Pretty shitty craftsmanship on it, but there's always someone in the audience who looks exactly like me. Tonight it's you, sir. You win. You win the prize. Don't confuse us after the show. I'm the funny one. Remember. No, I live in LA now, but I'm from Florida originally. Yeah, that's the right response. I didn't say I was from Miami, where it's cool. No, I'm from North Florida. Oh yeah. Maybe some of you guys know that MTV show Floribama Shore? That's home. The redneck Riviera. North Florida, though, that's the real Florida. You know, that's God's country, or as God calls it, Trump country. You guys probably heard the legends about Florida Man. Florida Man, yeah, it's a real phenomenon. They're all true. Actually, forget about COVID. Florida Men, we're the real pandemic. Us Florida men, we're busting out of the South like bats out of Wuhan. I should know, I got the bug myself, you know, I'm a bona fide Florida man. I even lost my virginity to an actual alligator named Becky. Seriously, we even went to prom together. We did not leave prom together, though. Yeah. Not to slut shame, but it turns out Becky really got around. So if you're animal rights people, just know there's some question who was using who in that relationship. I do know only one of us got their heart broken that night. Yeah, and it sure wasn't the cold-blooded reptile. I live in LA now, so I'm trying to get in LA shape. I'm trying to lose some weight. And, like, don't get me wrong, like, I know why I'm out of shape now. I was there for it. That's on me. But, like, growing up, I was a fat kid, too, and I get to blame my parents for that. Yeah, because I grew up in the South, you know? Like, when I was a kid, my dad was in charge of making the sweet tea. Yeah, so he put so much sugar in the tea, it was actually crunchy. Like, have you ever chewed a fluid? I think that's why they call it diabetes. They named me after my dad's sweet tea. And my mom was no better. She used to make me a snack called buttery toast. Yeah, can you guys guess the recipe? Wonder Bread and all the butter in the house. In fact, sometimes I had to run next door to the neighbor and borrow another stick of butter. What I'm saying is she even buttered the crust, okay? I never had a chance. And it's hard being fat today, you know? Seems like my entire Netflix feed is just cooking shows that make desserts disguised to look like everyday objects. That's just messing with my sense of reality, you know? Seriously, the only way to tell if it's cake or fondant is just to lick it, and I've been wrong a lot so far. I'm serious, I'm not like a conspiracy theory guy, but I'm starting to think maybe it's possible that they caked the moon landing. I don't know. I'm just questioning. Now, I'm trying to lose weight because I had a real health scare recently, actually. I was diagnosed as airplane fat. Airplane fat. You know that's when you weigh enough, apparently, to affect the aerodynamics of the 737. I was just minding my own business, trying to board this flight. The attendant starts sizing me up, you know. They're trying to guess my weight like I'm a blue ribbon hog at the county fair. And whatever number they landed on, it was enough that they asked me to change seats to the other side of the aisle. It makes sense, I guess. If you have too much weight on one side of the plane, it'll just do barrel rolls the whole way. But the real nightmare started when I got to my new seat and discovered that the one-size-fits-all seat belt was not going to fit me. It's a real panic-inducing moment. my first thought's like, should I hide it? Should I can put my sweater in my lap? Maybe they won't tug on it like a roller coaster ride. But at the same time, I'm kind of scared of flying, so I was like, it's better be strapped in. So I had to be that guy, I had to push the call button of shame while other people are still boarding the flight. So this attendant comes over, he's just like, what? And I was embarrassed. I'm like, look, man, can we use our inside voices here? It turns out that the seatbelt here is not long enough to do the clickety-clack safety thing that it needs to do. And frankly, I don't know what happens now. Like, do I have to take a bus? And this guy just yells to the front of the plane like, hey, Debbie, keep grabbing a seatbelt extender. Yeah, and Debbie's not paying attention. She yells back, this gentleman's too big for his seatbelt. He needs more seatbelt. Just pass back one of those seatbelt extenders. Debbie hands the seatbelt extender to another passenger. They start handing it back row by row. So everyone from business class back can share in my shame. Finally, I was like, man, that's a real come to Jesus moment. I was like, all right, man, it's time to make some pretty big lifestyle changes here. So for starters, I became a thief, and I stole that seatbelt extender. So I never have to rely on Debbie again. Thank you guys so much. My name is Michael Head. Throw it up here.